Ancient Demon Lord Rimuru by Mertinator1905. 11. Explanations and a new destination. After Milam had calmed down, they also took a seat. Gaia was resting on Milam's lap while letting silent snarls from time to time. For some reason, Belgrind was staring daggers into Milam. Milam of course didn't realize that because she was too busy patting the sleeping Gaia's head. Rimuru silently sipped on his tea and waited for someone to speak up. The silence was broken when Guy finally decided to speak up. Rimuru, what was that? What was what, Guy? Rimuru asked, despite knowing exactly what Guy was referring to. Don't play dumb. The outburst from before. Even we couldn't move. What happened in that room? It was just a misunderstanding. But we sort everything out, and it's all right now, no need to worry, Rimuru assured them. But none of them looked assured at all. So he nearly destroyed the palace because of a misunderstanding, was what they all thought. Rimuru read the mood correctly and tried to assure them again. I know what you all are thinking, but be assured, it won't happen again. She is my student, you know. I would never have harmed her. And besides, I started to find a liking to you all, so I would never put you in harm's way too. So please believe me. A demon lord has a hero as his apprentice. Guy asked interested. Oh, so you noticed. Yes, she is important to me and my only student as of now. I like being a teacher, you know, Rimuru responded, with a smug expression on his face. Interesting. As long as she doesn't cause me trouble, I'm fine with it. There is another thing I have to ask. What do you plan on doing? Rimuru, hearing this, went silent for a moment. It was too early to build Tempest, and he didn't want to deal with an unsealed Veldora. He was sure that the current Veldora would just try to fight him. He had promised Chloe to visit her and wanted to see what Luminos' destroyed castle looked like. Furthermore, he was also curious about the Cardinal world and how it is as of now. Maybe. Is it okay for you if I stay here? I will travel from time to time, but I don't want my own territory for now. I will, of course, teach Misery new recipes as compensation. This time it was Guy who went silent. Although it could be bothersome if he lashes out again like that here again, I could at least keep an eye on him. The dishes he made are also not like anything I had before. It's boring here anyway, maybe I can even find a new sparring partner in him. After Guy sorted out his thoughts, he replied with a smile. Yeah, sure, do what you want. It's gotten livelier here since you appeared. Just don't cause me any troubles. And what do you mean by travels? Thank you, and hey. I'm a pacifist, you know. I won't go around destroying everything. And I will have to train my student as I promised her, that's what I meant by travel. Maybe I can even find a new demon lord or two to join us, who knows. To this, Guy let out a small laugh. Belgrind was now pouting and looking away, while Velzard looked at her, rather pitiful. Seal, why is Belgrind acting like she does? It seems odd to me. Master. Only this time I'll help you with that. Oh, finally. So what is it? Master, since we arrived here, why were you so gentle and friendly with everyone? What kind of question is that? Because I know TH. Exactly. That's the problem. You might know them from the original timeline, but that's not the case for them. To them, your friendly advances came over as flirting and some women have already fallen for you. What? Don't tell me Belgrind. That seems to be the case. She is not the only one. In your denseness you didn't realize it, but, as I said, there are other women as well. Hey. That's not nice. But to think Belgrind. What about Rudra? They haven't been together for too long, so it seems like she hasn't developed romantic interest in him. Seal. Rimuru realized for some reason how displeased Seal was about all of this. She always said she was his first wife, and he just let it be, but was she really jealous? Seal, are you jealous? Rimuru teasingly asked. HMPF. I'm Master's first wife, why should I be? But that doesn't mean that I will let anyone I don't deem worthy of Master get near him. Oi, are you my partner or my overprotective brother? And deem worthy. You never deemed someone worthy ever. There might be one or two persons who could be, anyway, now is not the time to talk about this, Master. Be careful not to accidentally seduce everyone around you, or it might get troublesome. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. With that, the conversation between Rimuru and Seal ended, and Rimuru turned his attention to the outside world again. Rimuru, can I also come with you, Noda? Milam asked, with puppy eyes. I could teach her how to behave early on and she could be a good training partner for Chloe maybe. I don't want her to be lonely anyway, so why not? Yeah sure Milam, why not? Milam looked happy and continued to happily pat Gaia's head again. Belgrin's pout rather grew. I felt Michael in Rudra when he was here. If she returns, she'll be controlled after some time. Maybe she wants to stay here too. Belgrinsen. Do you want to accompany me too? Or do you have to return to the Empire? Belgrin's eyes lit for a moment, but she instantly regained her composure and had an indifferent expression on her face. What makes you believe I would want to travel with you? Alright then, I apologize for my impudence, Belgrinsen. Then I'll travel with Milam, Gaia and Rain. Belgrind hearing this panicked, before half shouting. Wait, when did I say I don't want to? I just asked a question. But if you insist that much, I might tag along. Seal, are we sure that this is Belgrind and not Beldora in disguise? That is Belgrind for sure. Beldora is currently sparring with Dagruel. Oh really? We will have to visit Dagruel soon too, good that you mentioned it. I would be happy to have you along, Belgrindsen. Rimuru replied, with a gentle smile. Belgrind blushed a little, but quickly lowered her head to hide it. Guy meanwhile was dumbfounded and had a look of disbelief on his face. Did Rimuru really just got Belgrind on his side? She looks rather charmed by him. Poor Rudra, your strongest pawn is gone. Belzard was also surprised. She couldn't convince Belgrind to leave Rudra's side, but this Rimuru just did it in a matter of a few days. Ramirez was rather indifferent about it and happily chat with Rain about the cookies she made, and Milam was happy because she would travel with her bestie and her aunt. Before I forget, Rimuru. You talked like you knew some people to join us. Who do you have in mind? Actually I don't know if they will join, but they're strong enough to join. One would be Dagruel and the other one would be Luminos Valentine. The giant and the vampire queen. Guy muttered, lost in his thoughts. Rimuru didn't mention Dino because he would eventually join them soon by himself, and he was kind of a spy. He didn't want to bring a spy along personally. Yes, they could be fit. But they don't get along pretty well. As I heard, it would be difficult to convince both of them. Guy said. Oh don't worry about that, I think that's the exact reason why they would join in the first place, you know. If one joins, the other will follow. If you say so. Then I'll leave it to you to convince them. Although Rimuru knew that Guy was pushing the chore on Rimuru, he had now a reason to visit both of them personally. With that, his first destination was set. Milam, Belgrinsen and Rain, we will set off in a few days if it's okay with all of you. They all nodded happily, and Rimuru too was excited. Let's meet my old friends.